my name is Adam, this is Vancity Audi, and if I am yelling even more than normal, it is because this is the first video that you guys are really hearing me talk a whole bunch in the car with this thing gutted with my roll cage installed. I am daily driving this thing for now. Stay tuned to the channel though, because I'm picking up a new daily driver pretty soon. This thing has to come off the road. It has to be parked. This thing is a full-blown race car now. I don't trust it on the streets. It's got way too much power, way too much speed. I want to keep this only for the racetrack now, and I'm going to start a new project with a new daily driver, so stay tuned. For today's video, it's going to be a full review, which I honestly forgot that I didn't do for you guys, and I apologize. This is going to be a full review of the TTE700 utilizing Unitronic software with a built motor, a built engine on E85. This is the full send. This thing moves out like a mother trucker. This thing has been phenomenal for me. If you pay attention to the channel, I ran a 9.5 at 147 miles an hour, claiming the fastest and quickest RS3 with a TTE700. This car is unfriggin' real. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you about all the things I love, but also some of the things that I don't. As you guys know, I am always trying to be as transparent and open with you guys as to what I find with my driving of this car when it comes to the parts I use and the tunes that I use. So let's start on that. The first thing you're gonna need to run this tune is an actual built motor, a built engine. When I say that, that means you need to have forged internals. I have a stage 1 build, the most basic of builds done at IROS Motorsport. That requires upgraded rods, upgraded rod bearings, upgraded head studs, and upgraded pistons. So that's what you need as a bare minimum to run a built motor file. I don't know that I've ever gone over that in a video previously, and my apologies if I haven't, but that's what you need. People have further upgraded. There's stage 2, stage 3 builds with IROS that really get into the crazy stuff. You get work done on your head where it spools quicker. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff you can do, but for the basic necessity of running this built engine file, that's what you need. Once you have those forged internals installed, the next thing you need to run the upgraded built motor file is an upgraded 4-bar map sensor. I've already made a video of that for you guys. If you want to check out the channel, I'll put in the description below a link to that one so you can see it. But these cars come standard with a 2-bar map sensor, and there are 2 sensors to upgrade. So pick those up from Unitronic and upgraded those to a 4-bar. The next thing you need is an upgraded low pressure fuel pump. I chose the IROS Motorsport fuel pump. There are other companies that offer other upgraded pumps, but that's the one I chose. I haven't had a single code, I haven't had a single error, so knock on metal, I don't have any wood, that I don't run into any problems. But let's get to a con right off the bat. I love praising this car and I love how great it is, but I also enjoy sharing with you the things that aren't so great, so you know that I'm the real deal and I'm not just all fluff where it's all positivity. So, I don't know why it does this. It could just be the tune, it could be the pump, I don't know, but I've checked with other people that run the same software with a different pump, and it's the same. It's very, very noisy, and that's normal for an upgraded low pressure fuel pump. It's very loud. There's memes out on the internet that joke, you know someone's gonna really screw you over when their fuel pump is louder than your exhaust. Very, very true. Because mine's fully gutted, you hear it even more. But the really weird thing is, it runs when the car is off. So when you turn off your car, go like this like it has a key, when you go like this and turn off your car, it still runs for sometimes like 2 minutes. It's just pumping away, moving the fuel through. You can hear it gurgling away. I don't know why it does it. It's not, I guess I should say it's a con. It's just friggin' weird. I'm not sure why it does it. They might adjust the tune in the future, but I just wanted to let you guys, that's normal. If you guys upgrade everything and you use the same tune and the same parts as I do because of my videos, and you use it and you're just like, this is amazing. Oh, wait a second, what the hell's that noise? Is it broken? It's not. That's what it sounds like. So that's the first thing. The second thing, people want the most out of their car. They want the most speed that they possibly can. But there's still a large percentage of people that are afraid or just ignorant or not knowledgeable of the benefits of E85. You need to use E85 to use this built motor file. The tune doesn't exist to run 93 octane or 91 octane with a built motor. The octane is not high enough out of those fuels. You're not gonna get the power that you need to run this much boost, to run this much timing, and to get the performance that you want out of your vehicle. If you're looking to get the most that you can out of your TTE700, but you are only willing to use 93 octane fuel, this is not for you. You need to use E85 to use this fuel, or to use this tune, sorry, and this turbo, this file. You're not gonna get the power that you need out of pump gas. It has to be E85. So for those that, yeah, I'm gonna build my motor, and I'm gonna use this, but I don't have E85 available to me. Sorry guys, it's not gonna work for you. So I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time, you don't get into this and you're just like, I'm gonna make this much power and blah, 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 and you only have 93 octane available. It's not gonna happen. Next thing I'm gonna talk about, as I've mentioned in previous review videos, some people really care about and others don't care at all. It is the gas mileage. Now that I am running an upgraded pump that is pushing the fuel through the fuel system and keeping that pressure up, my gas mileage is poo. It's straight out poo. Not only are you using 30% more fuel because you need to use 30% more ethanol over pump gas because it has 30% less energy in it, you're stomping on it more. It's impossible. You have to drive the car hard. You have this additional power. You have this additional torque. You feel weird if you're not mashing on it every now and then. Just driving this slow while I'm talking to you guys feels weird enough as it is. I mean, yes, you're gonna wanna cruise every now and then. Go on a cruise. I'm the weirdo with the fully gutted cars, but those of you that have your full interior, it's still a very comfortable ride. You're gonna wanna cruise around, but after you've been just chilling for too long, you end up dropping a gear and you put it over to manual and you're just like, wait a second. This thing's a monster! You can't get enough of it. It is addictive as hell. You have so much power on tap now that you just can't cruise for that long. And as soon as you put your foot down, your gas mileage plummets. Get it back into drive so we can quiet it a little bit, closing the valves for you guys. I hate to inform you all, but gas mileage, what I'm seeing now as the daily driven vehicle still, mix between freeway and the city, is a beautiful 13 miles per gallon. It sucks. But the majority of people that are running these files and that are using these TTE700s with a built motor, you don't care about gas mileage. Who are you kidding? You want miles per gallon. You want to fill this thing up with E85 and rip on it as much as you can. To make you all aware as well, if you didn't watch my racing videos and you only watch the review videos, you wouldn't know that my ethanol content is slightly higher now. On the stock motor file with my upgraded TTE, even when I was stock motor, stock turbo, the perfect mix of ethanol that I found was an E70 blend. Anything above that, you don't gain any power whatsoever. So you're only stressing your fuel system more and using more fuel. Below that, you'll see a little bit of timing pull sometimes, so E70 was what I kept it at. As it sits now on this built motor file, I always keep it at around E80. Still not E85, I'm still blending a little bit of pump gas. It's not necessary by any means, but I don't know, I have this weird thing. I always want to add this little bit of pump gas to just, I don't know, chill out the fuel system a bit so I'm not running pure E. I don't think it's necessary, but it's just my peace of mind. It's what I like to do. So right now on my gauge, which I can't really see because my bar is blocking my roll cage, it's E78, so pretty damn close. But I log the car frequently, and at most on some pulls, I'll get like half a degree of timing. So it's still running really, really well at this level. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is the spool of this turbo on this file. it is virtually identical to the 93 file and the E85 file, but on a stock motor. You just get way more of it. So it hovers around, I don't know what it is, 30, geez, Murphy. It's a rough railroad track. It hovers around, I think it's around 3750 that you get full boost. So yes, it's a little behind a stock turbo, but for the crazy amount of more power you get, who cares, it's worth it. For daily driving, it is still very, very good. For the guys that drive around in sport, for the guys that drive around in manual, sorry, I just gotta check some traffic. This is a weird intersection. You're not gonna really notice it at all because you're paddling through the gears, you're keeping your revs higher. In sport, it automatically does that for you. If you're in drive like I do when I'm cruising to work and stuff like that, and you put your foot down, yes, there's a slight hesitation, as there was on the stock motor stuff. But when it hits, whew, it is significantly more of a, oh my God, than it is on stock motor. It's pretty wicked. But for daily drivability, it is a phenomenal turbo and phenomenal tune to go with the turbo for daily driving. Now to talk about the power and the speed that this thing makes. Holy moly. Again, if you watch the channel, you know that I've dynoed this car now every step of the way to show you guys the progression and how much more power it makes every step of the way I went. Now that I am on full send with this turbo, I made 680 wheel horsepower on a dyno jet. What in the hell? That's probably 750 at the crank, maybe even more depending on drivetrain loss. That's pretty damn impressive in my eyes. I know there are full frames, there are larger hybrids out there, but all of those are gonna suffer a little bit more of turbo lag. I'm not sure how much, I've never driven them, but I'm sure some. But for what it is, that's super incredible. For the torque, I went up to 580 foot-pounds of torque. That is the biggest thing you feel. Even when I was on the stock motor tune and I'm revving up in the high RPMs where I'm feeling the power, it pulls and it pulls and it pulls to redline. The torque hit that I get now when I'm at 3800 or 3750, whatever the hell it is significantly more noticeable. You are really, boom, pushed into your seat and off you go. That is a huge difference, and that's why this built motor file is so incredible. Now that you have all these forged internals, those rods aren't gonna bend and go all wavy on you from the additional power. Sorry, another crazy railroad track here. They're gonna stay straight because they can handle that amount of torque. That's what was bending rods back in the day last year with all those custom code cars that bent, destroyed, bent, destroyed. They were putting the torque too early and the rods couldn't handle it. So now you have forged internals, ramp in that torque right away at 3800 and you just fly. It is crazy the amount of power you get off this file. Next thing I'm going to talk about that I forgot to mention, I just realized, is the launch control. So I am going to talk about launch control as the majority of users use it. What I've seen, the videos that have been sent to me, the direct messages, hey Adam, why is your car so much faster than mine off the line? And it is the launch control. A lot of people have this set in their mind, foot on the brake, hold down the throttle for 5 seconds, build as much boost as you possibly can, and let her rip. And they are just spinning and spinning and spinning and, oh Adam, I can't beat 3 seconds. Well, hate to say it guys, but the common, wordage, I don't know what to say, is spinning ain't winning. If you are building that much boost and you are spinning your front tires for those crazy amount of high horsepower guys, you're even spinning your rears, you're not accelerating as fast as you could because you're overbuilding, you're over spooling. There's so many things. And the definition of insanity is when you do the same thing over and over and over again and expect different results. Guys, on this file, on this tune, It is set up to a 4,000 RPM launch. If you sit on it and build boost on street tires, on the street, you are going to cook the crap out of your front tires and you are going to have a subpar launch. If you're on the track though, like I've been, with radials or slicks, it can handle it. And that's why Unitronic chose to tune the car that way, because they want to make sure everyone gets the best performance they can. And that especially means on the track where you're gonna get the best gains from the setup that they've given you. On the street though, with a 4,000 RPM launch, and I don't remember honestly how many pounds of boost on launch, it is way too much for street tires if you are just matting it and letting it go. So for anyone that decides to go this route and you build your motor and you're holding it on fire and all you get is spin, yeah, don't hold down the launch that long. It is gonna cook your tires and it's gonna slow you down. You do not need as much RPM, as much boost on this file because you get that much torque so much sooner. So for anyone that just wants to use their RS3 on the street, I'm giving you the warning now. You have this 4,000 RPM launch file and you go to launch it on the street. If you don't have a proper set of tires or a nice surface to launch on, you're gonna spin if you hold down your launch control too long. I've got so many messages about this stuff. I actually might do a full video, I think I will, on how to best launch your car using Unitronic software from my findings to help everybody out because it's such a commonly asked question. Now to wrap things up guys, the final question, and really the only question that matters, is it worth it? Is it worth it to invest in this turbo, invest in Unitronic software, have all the supporting bolt-on mods, running E85, and building your motor with all those forged internals? One word and one word alone. I take it back, 2 words and 2 words alone. Hell yes. This car is unreal. It has blown my mind, the capabilities of this. When I first got into this and did all the research to find out what turbo I was gonna go with, and I was thinking to myself, I want a turbo that I can still daily drive and I'm not gonna get a ton of lag and it's gonna still be super fun and super fast. I'm being 100% real with you guys. I had no clue that I was gonna be running 9.5s at over 146 miles an hour. Not for the life of me. I did not believe it was possible. Then, when I started doing everything, I'm going uphill, you're gonna get a bunch of the whackety whackety whack wastegate rattle. That didn't go anywhere, guys. You gotta upgrade to a full frame turbo for that. Or use the crazy tuners that get rid of the wastegate rattle but haven't proven performance yet. I never thought for a second I was going to be at those times and those speeds. But as soon as I tossed on that E85 stock motor and I was like on the cusp of running a 9-second run on the street, it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to the potential of this tune and this turbo linked together. It has been a spectacular amount of performance for your dollar value. It is truly incredible what this turbo has been able to do for me, matched with Unitronic software. I cannot stop recommending this setup to people. It has been so much fun. The bang for the buck, the performance, just everything about it is wicked. It's so much fun to drive. Even if you're a guy that just likes daily driving your car and want to have a very fast RS3, this is fantastic to have. You don't need to go to the track. I recommend you go to the track because there's no way in hell you are going to utilize the full performance of this car unless you're on a track. So you got to do it, guys. If you're looking for an upgraded turbo, if you want a hybrid setup and you don't want a full frame, I don't know why you wouldn't go with the TTE700 and Unitronic software. It is amazing. This is the last review video you will get on this setup because I've pretty much maxed it out where it is. Obviously, I'm still gonna be tweaking the crap out of the car, doing a bunch more fun stuff to make it even faster. But for now, this is as good as it gets. TTE700, built engine, matched with Unitronic software. It is so good. Holy hell. Just unreal. Just unreal. Thank thank you everyone for watching. I am gonna carve some back roads now. Ugh, I love this car. I love this setup. Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, guys, take care. When your traction control light kicks in and you're mid-second gear. Oh, so good.